Hey guys, this is Rids and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reacting finally. Oh my god, Blackpink is back and I'm going to be reacting to their new single. How you like that? It just came out, like it just dropped, and it took everything in me not to join the premiere because I was like so excited. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, but my girls are finally back and this year is gonna be big for them because YG has promised it's gonna be a full album, there's gonna be more singles, there's gonna be some solos, but right now this is the first pre-release single, the prelude to an album, and I'm literally shaking. I'm so nervous I can't even talk properly, but I mean, without any further ado, let's get it. Oh my god.
Blackpink in your area.
Girl! Oh, beautiful. Rosé sounds amazing. And looks, the hair colors. Oh my god, Lisa. Whoa. Hey! Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna pause it. Okay, so the drop was very, I mean, it seems to be a very EDM specific like song, like it's EDM fuel song, and the drop is like super. RT is a producer on this, I know that, and it's so like so signature RT. I just loved that drop because it's like a slower EDM drop. It's not like a ding 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 like really fast drop. So that's, it's like lush and rolling and slow. So far I really love that. They look amazing. The styling and the fashion in this is beyond anything they've done before. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Oh, Jenny. I'm loving Jenny's like denim situation. Look at these sets, man. Ooh. Their looks are so 90s here, you know? Like a 90s girl group. In this white situation. Oh, Lisa, you're killing me. Wow. That dress. Oh, look at the hanbok crop top. Oh, that's cool. Body roll, you know? Well, okay, so couple of thoughts, and I'm just gonna like go and write my review because it's not a review, it's a report. I'm gonna write my report about this, and then I will be right back to talk about this. Be right back. Okay, so I finished doing my report for Rolling Stone India. The article is up already on the site. It's like maybe like half an hour later, yeah, or something like that now. Anyway, but something that I didn't notice in the music video was brought to my attention, and I will talk about that later. But first I want to get into the entire music video itself and the song. So I think that this is one of my favorite releases from Blackpink. It's not a very different or unique track from them, because I think there were a lot of like similarities in its progression that were very similar to Kill This Love and Duru Duru Duru. So while it's not, you know, the most groundbreaking or unique sound from Blackpink, it's something that was still lush, especially with RT's production. I think he kind of outshone Teddy Park on this. So I feel like RT has some incredible EDM drops like in his tracks. And if you've seen, I think he did a song with a singer called Anda like last year called, you know, like What You Waiting For, and that song's drops were so incredible. So he's brought that energy onto this, which I really appreciate. I think it's like a nice I think it's like a good entrance back of EDM into K-pop. We're kind of seeing that a lot this year, so I feel like EDM will rise as the year progresses, and as we enter 2021, like EDM and K-pop is gonna go big. And this was a pretty good entry, and what I liked was it was not a very typical drop. It was, like I said, a very lush and sexy drop, which is so good. I loved how Rosé sounded in this track. Like, I can't put my finger on it, but like especially like the first verse that she does, like before the first chorus hits, you know, when like her hair is all like flying around and she's like in that black, and like oh my god. So I love that. I love the way her voice sounded. And Lisa, like, are we even surprised at this point? Queen Lisa, the way she's just like going like, look at me, look at you, look at me, look at you, now look at me. I'm sorry, I'm not mastered the lyrics yet, but you know, that part really had me clutching my pearls. And but yeah, Jennie and Jisoo again slayed it. I feel like Jisoo had fewer lines than I expected. I kind of wanted more lines from her, but she did sound like the queen that she always is. I loved the, again, like when it slowed down again with Rosé with the wings and that dress and everything. That part was really, really nice. The breakdown at the end I felt was a little derivative. I felt like this is something they've done with their songs, like with their past 3 main singles repeatedly. So I feel like that could have been avoided. It could have been ended a little differently. That said, I did like the dance sequence. I love what the girls were like wearing, like the cropped hanboks, the modern hanbok style twist. But yeah, I feel like the final breakdown was like a little bit, that was like the only, for me personally, the boring part of the song, because I just felt like Blackpink can do something a little different now. Like the production needs to be challenged a little bit more. So I think like, but you know, maybe with the other singles that are gonna come out this year, there's gonna be a little bit more variety. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Like I hope, you know, there is more experimentation with the progression of Blackpink songs. Like not necessarily the delivery or the way the girls sing, but the production itself, you know. Just because something is a little derivative doesn't mean that it isn't fun or it isn't good. Like that's what pop is. Sometimes pop can get derivative, it can get a little bit like identical to each other, and it's nice to see them back. I think I'm very, very happy that my girls have started activities again, started releasing music again, and just are back on the scene, you know. So I'm pretty thrilled about that. In terms of the way the video looks, holy moly, this is like a magnum opus level in terms of fashion, for sure. Fashion and styling on this was on point. Jennie's hair had me, oh my god, and then Lisa's like kept changing, but I just love the clothes, the nails. I mean, it's like badass, but it's also high fashion and chic and luxury. It's like, don't mess with us, like, you know, like we are like a next level of hierarchy in life than you. And I think that's like the message of the song as well. So yeah, it's like just some incredible styling. The sets were really, really beautiful, a lot of vibrant colors, and like the shift from scene into scene was also really nice. I felt it was really good. Now coming back to what a lot of Indian fans were pointing out on social media when it comes to set design, I did later see that there was a small statue of the Hindu god Lord Ganesha in the video. He appears in a scene where Lisa is sitting at the bazaar situation, and he's like near her chair, like lower down. Now this is something that Indian fans are finding a little uncomfortable, I would say, because he is such a massive religious figure in our country. Like even if among non-Hindus, like everybody knows who Lord Ganesha is, because he's so like present everywhere in like like with statues, temples, the whole thing. So for me personally, that my outlook on this, I was a little uncomfortable, like, and surprised to see him there, you know what I mean? Like when it was pointed out, I was like, okay, like for me it was more like, why? Like why is a statue of Lord Ganesh present there? I'm not like mad or furious or whatever about this. I think, and I'm certainly not someone who believes in cancel culture, so I don't think this is something that Blackpink or YG should get cancelled over or attacked for. What I do think needs to happen is a discussion and acknowledgement. Cultural appropriation isn't exactly new in K-pop, and I think this is us as most K-pop fans know. It's not a new topic, it's not something that's a new phenomenon. It's been there since the beginning of K-pop itself. But I would hope that as time passes and we learn more and K-pop gets more global, that companies also sort of try to educate themselves about different cultures and the fans that come from those cultures, and what might be problematic and what is not problematic. So I would say that in this situation, if you're going to use a statue of Lord Ganesh, I would say this is maybe like something the set designer or the set or props team should have done, is maybe like done a little bit more research on things like placement of the statue, things like the significance of the statue. Because either, like, if you want to use it in a music video that is going to be so massive on such a global scale and such, you want to do things right, I personally wasn't that disturbed or offended by the presence of Lord Ganesha in the music video, like the statue. For me, it was more about the placement of it, like, like just like it was just in the corner on the ground, I don't know, like on a lower level, which is really frowned upon in India. Like it's kind of like it's not good if you sit above a statue of a god. Like you should be at the same level or you should be below. So, and this is something we all sort of grow up learning. Like this is true of like many religious idols and like deities and statues and things like that. So it's like the placement, the situation, so the context in which it was present over there was like, because the scene was clearly like like a bazaar of like exotic items or something like that. So I feel like the statue of Lord Ganesh was not regarded as the religious symbol that it is, but kind of more like a normal statue that one can maybe place in their home or like whatever, or on set for decoration, for aesthetic purposes. So I feel like that was not understood, that this is like, maybe like, this is my assumption, that they didn't understand that this is like a religious statue. I feel like if there was just a little bit more research on how to place it in a video, it would have made sense, or a little bit more research to understand, maybe just avoid it completely. Because I think that any time you use a symbol of religion, like from any religion, like whether it's Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, whatever it is, it has to be done with a lot of grace, a lot of education, a lot of like respect. If you just have it to create a certain mood or aesthetic, that's where it becomes a bit of a problem, because your aesthetic or costume is centuries, sometimes millennia of tradition and culture for a different country or a different religion. So you just have to be really, really careful when you use these kind of things. If there is an error, if there is something that makes fans upset or offended, I feel like Korean companies in general need to acknowledge that they need to be like, okay, like maybe we messed up here, we're sorry, we won't do it again. And this is something that's just not happening. Like, we're just seeing a repetition across several years, a pattern where many artists and their companies in K-pop are appropriating Indian culture and many other cultures. And it's kind of just a little bit sad, you know. I definitely don't think this is something that I would cancel Blackpink over, no. But I do think that an acknowledgement of what has happened is warranted, and so is you know, an apology maybe. But I would actually be very pleased if this discussion is open. And it's important to understand that even if you don't feel offended, like if you're a Hindu who's not offended, there are Hindus who are offended. So everybody has a different opinion. Like, some people will be like, I don't think this is a big deal, and their opinion is also valid. And some people might be like, oh my god, this really hurt me, and that opinion is also valid. But like, either side trying to disqualify each other's opinions is just, I mean, that should not be happening. Everyone is entitled to feel the way they feel, especially if it concerns their culture and or religion. So, but at the same time, like, that does not give you a license to go and talk shit basically on social media or anything like that. I do believe that YG needs to probably say something though. Like, I think it should be like, oh, we understand that you're upset and this won't happen again. Like, you know, I think that would be nice. Especially since there have been situations where Blackpink has been accused of cultural appropriation in the past. YG Entertainment should be a little bit more careful, you know, of the elements that go into their artist's music video, packaging, styling. All these things should be considered a little bit more carefully to protect not just the artist but also the fans and the relationship between the artists and the fans. So I think, yeah, I think a little bit of education and a little bit of conversation and understanding is very warranted. I really do hope that we see less of this as time passes, because even this year there have been like several incidents from various different artists with cultural appropriation. I hope that everybody gets a little bit more educated about each other. It's so possible to just reach out to any Indian colleagues, sources, business sources, whatever, like, you know, maybe set designers in India or like whatever, like even Indian friends. If you're the set designer or if you're the director of the music video, like reach out to any Indian friends or friends of friends and just double check once. It's not that hard. I'm still gonna bop to How You Like That. I'm still gonna support Blackpink. I'm just hoping that as the days pass, we eventually do see some acknowledgement from YG Entertainment. Basically, that's my take on the entire thing. I don't want to ramble, I don't want to get too long. Generally, I'm not angry. I was just a little bit uncomfortable once it was pointed out to me. I'm really eager to know what you guys think about this situation, especially if you're Hindu. Like, is this something that really offended you? Is it something that you found to be highly problematic? How can things like this be addressed and tackled? Please do leave a comment below. Let me know about you know, how maybe this could be addressed by YG or something. I think it's great that we all talk about stuff like this, because if we don't talk about it, it doesn't go away. There's no resolution. But yeah, I think, like, try to avoid bad words and hate, and things actually move faster. Things get resolved much quicker if you do that, like in my experience. So if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a comment or a like or subscribe if you want to. I love talking about Blackpink. I love talking about all sorts of K-pop, girl groups, boy groups, solo artists. You got it, all of it. It is up my alley. Multi for life. I love talking about Korean culture, my trips there. Like, I do story times. So definitely, if you're new to my channel, please do join my family. We'll discuss all of this stuff. Keep it healthy, keep it positive, keep it strong. And until next time,